Let's bring in right now from Tallahassee, some guy that is apparently understanding what the Trump revolution is all about.
He's,
of course, Florida Governor Rick Scott. He has an op-ed in the USA Today entitled "Donald Trump Has America's Pulse." In it, he writes this: political pundits are shocked that Donald Trump's leading the polls the same in 2010 when I entered the Florida gubernatorial race against the already anointed and establishment-endorsed sitting Republican Attorney General. I don't think Trump's ability to give most interesting interviews or speeches is the only thing that has him leading the polls. I think he's capturing the frustration of many Americans after 7 years of President Obama's very intentional government takeover of the U.S. economy. The pollsters and the pundits will keep trying to read voters' minds. In the meantime, I'm glad Republicans are frustrated. I'm glad we're demanding a major change, because until we get serious about that, we'll continue to get more of the same. Governor Scott, it's always great to talk to you. I tell you what, my brother, good Lord, he texts me 20 times a day.
Oh, my Lord.
He's a Florida guy. He gets Trump. So many of his friends get Trump. And I've got friends across the state that are constantly talking about Donald Trump. And these are people who voted for you and voted for traditional Republicans over the past 30 years of their life. What's happening, and why is Trump appealing in Florida the way he is?
Well, first off, it's getting cold up there, so I hope you start doing all your shows in Florida.
Oh,
it's a lot warmer, and it's going to stay warmer down here.
We're coming, baby.
We're coming. 365,000 people moved here last year, so. Yeah. But here's what's happening down here.
Okay, but let me ask you this really quickly, because this might have something to do with it. But because it's really warm and you've got a low cost of living, but you must have a really, really high state income tax like we do in Connecticut, right?
We have no income tax, and by the way, we're going to put an ad out start next week. We're going to cut taxes another $1 billion this year. $1 billion tax reduction. Now, all those Connecticut companies are going to move to Florida. It's starting to happen. It will happen.
Governor, what was I thinking? Connecticut. Nicole and I live in Connecticut. It's a failed state.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been to DMV lately.
Go to the DMV.
Like twice a month.
Go on the merits. Good Lord. It's unbelievable. Okay, well, so let's talk about Trump. Nicole and I will stop whining about what's happened in Connecticut over the past 8 years. Talk about Donald Trump. You're one of the first major political figures in America to step out and say, hey, I get this guy. Why did you do it?
But if you look at my race and you look at a lot of other races, a lot of outsiders are winning because they're talking about what people are worried about. Right now, think about how difficult it is to start a business in this country. Obama, whether it's Obamacare, the taxes, the regulation, the anti-business attitude, we need a big change. And Donald's talking about it. Look, there's a lot of great candidates I'm not endorsing today, but they need to talk about the frustration of Americans to get this economy going again. We've added 1 million jobs in 5 years because we made dramatic changes in our state. Cut taxes 50 times, cut 4,000 regulations, said we're going to go after every business in the world to get them to Florida. Yeah. We need a president that's going to do the same thing.
So, last time I checked, though, the other candidates are doing that, Rick. And actually, if you want to be detail-oriented about it, they're doing it in far greater detail than Donald Trump is.
If you look at how much conversation is going on about the fact we need to make big changes, I think unfortunately Trump, or fortunately, however you want to look at it, Trump's resonating. Across the country. It's resonating here in Florida. Look, Jeb Bush was a very successful governor. We just announced we're at a 12-year high in our graduation rates in K-12. It started with Jeb Bush. Marco Rubio, he's done a great job dealing with the oppression of the Cuban population because of the Castro brothers. But right now, the biggest issue we have is job creation. We need a dramatic change, and I think Donald Trump is resonating.
We were, for people that are driving the car, listening to the show, up this poll again, the latest poll out of Florida. Trump at 30, Cruz at 20, Marco Rubio and Jeb Bush in 3rd and 4th place in their own home states. Why?
I think this is a national race in Florida. Everybody's watching what's happening nationally. But, what's happening is the outsiders, just like my race and Chris Christie when he came in 2009, outsiders are coming in, people saying, we need a big change. Not a little bit of tweak of a change. We need a big change.
You know, Governor, you are saying, positive things here about Donald Trump. You're also saying you're not going to endorse him. One of the things that we've been noticing the last 6 months with Donald Trump is not a lot of Republican elected officials, major Republican elected officials, have wanted to be associated necessarily with Donald Trump, have been saying even positive things about him. Do you expect that to change? Do you expect that he's going to start actually winning endorsements from governors, from senators, from members of Congress, maybe even potentially from you?
I don't know what's going to happen with the endorsements, but I do hope that there's more of a discussion about how we need to have a big change in job creation so people do what we did in Florida and get jobs going. We need a lot of changes in D.C., and people are frustrated.
All right, Governor Rick Scott.